New York City dangerously close to bankruptcy, experts warn. This is on Zero Hedge by Tyler Durden. It's an inconvenient truth for the democratic socialists that control New York City. Gotham is careening closer to all-out financial bankruptcy, according to the New York Post. Mayor Bill de Blasio is expected to add billions of dollars more to the budget amid slowing economy, outward migration, people moving out, that is, caused by tax reform. A recession would send the city into a fiscal disaster. According to the report, this is what they say: New York City could go bankrupt, absolutely. American Institute for Economic Research economist Peter C. Earle told the Post. He said, in that case, the city would get temporary protection from its creditors, but it would be very difficult for the city to take on new debt. Now, this is very easy to find out if a city is going towards bankruptcy or not. You just look at their financial statements, which they publish every quarter, they also annually. And you can very easily, if you're an accountant, find out if they're close to bankruptcy or if they are bankrupt. I remember when I was taking my accounting course in Baruch, I was going for my master's in business, and I got it, thankfully. And one of my professors was taken to court because he had his graduate students look at the New York City financial statements, and they all came up with the, as an exercise to see if the city was good enough to float or if it was bankrupt. And they all found that the city was bankrupt. And the professor was taken to court because this was leaked out that New York City was bankrupt. And he said, well, why are you chastising me for things that, financial statements that are put out to the public? I'm not the one who said this, he said. It's New York City who made this well known by publishing the financial statements. So it's nothing new. So obviously he won his case. But here we go again, it seems. It's happening all over again. Financial analysts, in this case, warn tax burdens businesses and individuals will flee in droves. Well, one place they're going to, for example, is Pennsylvania, has less taxes there that they pay. Now, public spending would have to surge to record levels, which would set off fiscal nuclear bombs. Long-term debt is about $81,100 per household, and Mayor de Blasio will spend as much as $3 billion more in a new budget for a total of $89.2 billion. Analysts said Mayor de Blasio had detailed $750 million in savings for the preliminary fiscal 2020 budget, but that amount won't be enough to create a soft bottom during the next recession. And Governor Andrew Cuomo's preliminary budget has $600 million in cuts for the city in 2020. And, the other thing is that the city really, the infrastructure is falling apart. I mean, there are times when areas look very spiffy, very nice, very clean, very crispy. There are other areas downtown that are full of potholes. Lighting is not good enough, and just getting from one end of the city to the other, you get really joggled by driving your car over these really bad pavements. Now, spending is up 32% since Mayor de Blasio took office. The analyst told the Post that more spending cuts would be needed to get the fiscal house in order to avert bankruptcy during the next recession. New York City's long-term pension obligations have also expanded to levels that may not be manageable. New York State is ranked #1 in the nation for the highest taxes, and the top 1% of New York City earners pay some 50% of income tax revenue, as per the Post, 50%. Now, if businesses and people continue to flee to lower tax states, while spending continues to rise, it could lead to financial hardships for the city. No kidding. The city is running a deficit and could be in a real difficult spot if we had a recession or a further flight of individuals because of tax reform. This is what the vested chief economist Milton Ezrati said to the Post. And of course, that's about to happen, I guess, because people are fleeing to areas where they don't have to pay that much tax. And how close could the bankruptcy of New York City be? Well, it depends on when the next recession strikes. For more color on timing, Europost President William John Williams signaled a slowdown in the U.S. economy. Growth has already started as the Federal Reserve is in wait, quote-unquote, wait and watch mode on incoming data. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.